Give it up for day 87. Today, I'm again going to be taking you guys through my diet, how I'm going to maintain my new physique. To be honest, I actually am probably going to need to increase my calorie intake because I'm actually all the way down to 176 flat today. So what I'm going to do to kind of counteract me still going down on the scale a little bit here, just because I'm so used to being on a diet, is I'm going to try and slowly increase my calories a little bit more today so I don't drop beneath 176. You guys can see here on the scale that I was flirting with 175, so I definitely don't want to go down that low because I'm just going to start getting too lean at that point. So today I'm going to try and normalize out a little bit and eat a lunch and a dinner. So instead of trying to concentrate all of my calories like I did yesterday into one meal, I can kind of spread it out a little bit more to make sure I get enough calories to maintain my physique and not keep losing weight on the scale. Again, things are not going to be changing that much right now. I just need to increase my calorie intake a little bit more so I can successfully maintain my physique. But I'm still going to be hitting the intermittent fast every day. It's just a little bit past noon at this point, and all I've had is water, some black coffee, and a little bit of 0-calorie sparkling water. Gonna go ahead and hit the workout today fasted, so let's get started. All right, everybody, today's workout is officially complete, really targeted shoulders and back. And I only did 2 exercises today because I don't have a lot of time to get a workout in today. But nonetheless, I was able to fit in a short workout. Started off with 4 sets of overhead press to really target the shoulders. You guys know that I've been targeting the shoulders a lot because I've always been a little bit undersized on my physique. For the first set, I started off with lightweight until failure. For the second and third set, I went moderately heavy until failure. And then on the fourth and final set, I did a triple drop set. Started off with the moderately heavy weight, then took off 20 pounds, cranked it out until failure with just the 10 pound on each side. Then I took off all the weight and just cranked out the 45-pound barbell until I couldn't do it anymore. You guys know I loved hitting these drop sets because they're really good for adding mass and getting an amazing pump like I have right now. To finish everything off, I did 4 sets of seated cable rows. Every set I did until absolute failure. For the first 3 sets, like I'm doing here, I started off with the heavier weight, not super heavy, but high end of moderate heavy, I would say, and cranked it out until failure. On the fourth and final set, I cranked out the moderately heavy weight again until failure. Then I took off 50 pounds and just cranked out the 35-pound plates on each side until absolute failure. So even though I only hit 2 exercises today, I still got in a good enough workout, really got an amazing pump going in the shoulders and in the back. And these exercises are both really good for building mass. I don't like to stray away from the conventional stuff because the conventional stuff just happens to work really well for building mass, like overhead press and cable rows. Now it's getting a little bit later into the day. I do have to go knock out some work, and then I will have a little bit of lunch. I don't know if I'm going to be able to cook something from scratch today, so I might just reach for a healthier snack if I'm not able to cook something from scratch today. And you guys can see just how sweaty I am. It's super blazing hot in my garage, so I'm getting the heck inside. All right, guys, it is just before 3 p.m. today, and I do not have time to cook up a lunch from scratch. So what I'm going to have to make sure I get in some calories is I'm going to start off with some organic pretzel crisps. You guys know I love these, but I wasn't really eating them while I was on the diet too much because I get carried away with these things and I end up eating too many of them. But now, since I'm not trying to lose fat anymore, this is actually going to help me because I need to increase my calories a little bit. To increase the calories on this, because the pretzel crisps are not that bad and made with pretty high quality ingredients, is I got some hummus right here on the side. This stuff is really calorie dense because it's oily and made with seed. I don't remember exactly what kind of seed. You guys let me know in the comments. But this is not great because it has seed oil in it. So this is made with a lot of sunflower oil. So that's why I try and stay away from having too much hummus, because they put a lot of garbage oils in them. If they put something healthier like avocado or olive oil, then this would be a lot healthier. Still calorie dense, but healthier overall. Still have not had any calories today, so this is officially going to break my fast for today. Just before 3 p.m. I should have broken my fast a lot earlier today, but I just got busy doing other things. I'm gonna eat this up and then I'll see you guys later for dinner, or if I get a cold brew or something, which is a big possibility. And I forgot to mention, I did end up having 2 more serving sizes of pretzel crisps in place of a lunch, which, to be honest, is something I should not get in the habit of. So moving into tomorrow, I will definitely make a good healthy lunch from scratch instead of just sitting around eating salty pretzel crisps. Again, the ingredients in them are not super bad or anything, but I need to eat a balanced diet and get back on track instead of just eating a bunch of carbs. So tonight for dinner, I'm gonna make sure to kind of make up for it and eat a little bit more protein and kind of limit the carbs a little bit. All right, I forgot to make cold brew again at my house, so I'm back at Salad and Go getting some cold brew. Just a cold brew, no ice, and black, please. All right, guys, I just got back from Salad and Go, picked up some cold brew, 245. I'm gonna go ahead and taste test it before I waste creamer, because you guys know the last time I went there, the cold brew was really bad because the machine was broken, so they say at least. I'm gonna go ahead and try it out before it's bad. It just tasted like old and kind of rotten a little bit last time. Hopefully I'm not disappointed. It's still a little off. It's still not perfect. It's not as bad as the last time, but it still tastes a little funky. I'm still gonna drink it, but if I go tomorrow or later in the week, I will probably be going by Circle K instead of Salad and Go. They're kind of letting me down. That was like my go-to place right here to get cold brew because it's so cheap, and there's like something wrong with the machine. It's not as good anymore. I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna go ahead and really treat myself today. Since I'm trying to increase the amount of calories I'm taking in, gonna have 3 serving sizes of Chobani coffee creamer right here. Gonna make sure I don't go overboard, because if I do any more than 3, I'm gonna start getting fat pretty quick because I drink a lot of cold brew here. All right, that was 1. We got 2 and 3, so you guys can't say I'm a liar. This is gonna be it until dinner time, and I'll see you guys probably for the salad first. Still a little bit off. All right, it is officially dinner time. It is 7:30 p.m. And just like when I was on the diet trying to cut a few pounds, gonna be starting off with the salad right here. Again, things aren't changing really that much. I'm just trying to slightly increase my calories. So I hope you guys are kind of seeing what I'm talking about now and that I'm not just being ridiculous. So through the diet, I trained my body to eat a little bit better, and I'm not just gonna stop and just start eating whatever I want now that I'm off the diet. Still gonna be trying to incorporate as many greens as I can. You guys know I try and eat this most nights. Last night was an exception because I wanted some ice cream instead. This is made with some organic spring mix, topped off with some microgreens just to add some more micronutrients, so I make sure that my body is getting everything it needs, especially since I don't waste my money on any supplements or anything. Here I topped it off with a little bit of avocado oil spray. The Kalamata olives, I actually ran out of them, so I just used a little bit of juice from the leftover jar, but not having any olives, so that's actually going to make this a little bit lower calorie. Then I finished it off with some feta cheese. Went a little bit crazy because you guys know I love feta cheese. Gonna eat this up, and I'm gonna do my best to go for a jog in a little bit. But worst case scenario, I'm probably gonna eat the main portion of dinner probably in about 30 minutes to an hour, hour and a half, worst case scenario. And I'll see you guys in a little bit for that. All right, guys, I am gonna go for a jog in a little bit. It's about 7:45. I just finished up the salad, but I honestly just feel super hungry and I don't wanna go for a jog when I'm just too hungry. So I am gonna sneak a tortilla that is left over from a few days ago in a Mexican restaurant just to give myself some kind of calories before I go on the jog. I would honestly just go now, but I need to wait about 15 minutes because it's just so hot and sunny out there right now. I'm just gonna end up getting sunburned and super drenched in sweat, and it's just miserable. I like to wait until it at least cools down to a nice crisp 85 later on in the evening, and to where I'm not gonna get sunburned. So I'm gonna eat this, and then after I get back from the jog, I'll probably get cleaned up and everything and show you guys what I'm gonna have for dinner. All right, guys, I just got back from the jog, went the normal distance, about a mile to a mile and a half. And to be honest, I started off with a bang, kind of up my intensity, my pace a little bit. Once I got to about half the distance of that, I was like, oh man, I started struggling, and it's really hot and humid out there. So I ended up only jogging about 80% of the time, took a break about 20% of the distance just to catch my breath so I could finish the second half of the jog without taking another break. Then after the 20% break in the middle, I got all the way home. I'm not taking any more breaks. Now it's getting later than I really wanted to eat dinner, and I think I started off this video saying that I was going to kind of normalize out the diet today. Well, it's going to be kind of random because I need to eat leftovers again. I'm hoping, don't quote me on this, but I'm hoping that tomorrow the diet will normalize out a little bit more. And this is 2 days in a row of cardio now. You guys know I'm only trying to do cardio about 2 to 3 times a week just to improve my overall health and to get the blood flowing and the heart working. It's really important. I'm a big proponent of hitting some type of cardio. If you guys can't jog like me, swim, ride a bike, do whatever you guys can do to make sure that you're working the heart muscle and get the blood flowing. It really prevents a lot of health issues. All right, guys, it is officially 9:30. I said I was gonna eat about 8:30, 8:45, I think. So I just can't get anything right today. Just busy, end up going for the jog and stuff, and then it just 2 hours goes by really fast for me. Tonight, I know I said the diet was supposed to normalize out a little bit for dinner. It's a little bit random because I got a bunch of leftovers I need to eat. And here it is, probably the most random dinner I have ever showed you guys throughout the entire history of this channel, I mean. So we got barbecue ribs. This is about 4 to 5 ribs. I can't tell exactly how many. 2 flour tortillas, couple of French fries right here, I was about to call this a tamale, an enchilada. Then I got some Mexican rice right here. So basically this meal is saying, say you live in Texas without saying you live in Texas, because this meal right here is about as Texas as the food can possibly get. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with this portion, and obviously I'm not trying to lose fat anymore, so I might honestly need to get some more to eat. I was supposed to eat a bigger lunch today, but I just was so busy with work, I ended up having pretzel crisps, which wasn't really that great of an option because they're kind of salty. But this should fill me up. I might have a little bit of ice cream later on. I'll definitely update you guys if I do that. And I really need to start getting it together because I'm so used to being in diet mode. It's really hard for me to eat a ton of food. If you guys go on a diet like I did, intermittent fasting or eating one meal a day and really just cutting back your calories, not something like keto, you'll have this same exact problem that when you get off the diet, you kind of don't know what to do with yourself because you're so used to being on the diet all the time and you shrunk your stomach significantly down. So it just cannot hold as much food as it used to. And that's really the whole goal of a diet. That's why I personally don't like keto, because it doesn't actually train you into good habits like intermittent fasting and one meal a day does, like I've done here. So obviously, I'm not going to be eating this every single night. So tomorrow, I definitely will normalize out the diet a little bit. Don't quote me on it, but I'm going to do my best to do so. I guess I'll just eat one of these tortillas for you guys. I should probably put something in these, but I'm just at this point, I'm too lazy. You guys can't even make fun of me. I don't got mommy and daddy to cook for me like you guys do, okay? I got to prepare and cook all my own meals, all right? It's just before 10 p.m. at this point to try and get a few more calories just so I stop losing weight on the scale. Gonna have a little bit of ice cream. This I am putting in a little cone right here. These things are only 45 calories a piece, so not too bad. I did finish off the Halo Top birthday cake flavor ice cream. You guys can see it's mostly inside of the cone, so you can't see it too much. And then since I didn't have enough birthday cake to put a scoop on top here, I just stole some of my girlfriend's Ben and Jerry's. Just be quiet. Don't tell her I did that. She'll get mad. But just to throw in some extra calories with the Ben and Jerry's as well. And it has been a while since I've actually had Ben and Jerry's other than just a small scoop from my girlfriend every once in a while. This is going to be it for the rest of the day. I'm going to officially start up the fasting period again. And I'm going to take it all the way through until lunchtime tomorrow. And hopefully, again, don't quote me on this, I will normalize out the diet a little bit for y'all tomorrow so you can actually see what a day of maintaining my physique is really going to look like instead of me just eating sporadically and all over the place like I did today. I appreciate you guys watching. I am still doing good today. I just need to make sure I don't keep losing weight because I'm happy at my current point and I don't want to lose more weight. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you early tomorrow for another one. Just gonna chill out for the rest of the night.